East positioning of the sun, everybody. The name is Blue Fang, and welcome back to another episode of the Hunger Games Simulator. Last week, we checked out Barbie Dreamhouse, and this week, we are doing former presidents. Now, alright, Liam Hargrave Chef, the guy who suggested this, I'm not sure if you wanted more recent presidents so it could get more political, but, the issue about fame and politics is that unless you're famous for your politics, the second you mention it, you instantly lose half. So this is why I decided to go with presidents who have long since been dead, and is only really mentioned in history books, as their politics no longer really affect, as their politics can't really affect the modern day anymore. They're dead. So thank you, Liam Hargrave Chefs, for the suggestion. President, I the 24 candidates are literally just the first 24 presidents, except for Grover Cleveland, because he's the very first president to serve his 2 terms, not one right after the other. The other president to do that was Donald Trump. But yeah, he is technically the 22nd and the 24th, but I don't think that should count, so William McKinley is taking over Grover Cleveland's 2nd term. Anyways, as for who I'm rooting for, George Washington started America. He was the very first president. Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. The two of them have spots on Mount Rushmore for a reason. Is it generic as hell? Absolutely. Are their historical accomplishments very significant? Yes. Which is why they're getting rooted for. I need to check something real quick. Alright, now, with all of this said and done, let's begin. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Chester A. Arthur snatches a ball of alcohol in a rag. Thomas Jefferson, James Monroe, Franklin Pierce, and Andrew Jackson all run away. William McKinley runs away with a lighter and some rope. Grover Cleveland runs away from the cornucopia. Abraham Lincoln grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. James K. Polk grabs a backpack and retreats. John Adams grabs a shield leaning on the cornucopia. Rutherford B. Hayes runs away from the cornucopia. James Garfield grabs fishing bait while William Henry Harrison gets fishing gear. John Tyler finds a bag full of explosives. Martin Van Buren runs away. Benjamin Harrison runs away. Andrew Johnson grabs a shovel. John Quincy Adams runs away. George Washington snaps Ulysses S. Grant's neck. Okay. James Madison grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Millard Fillmore grabs a backpack and retreats. James Buchanan runs away, and Zachary Taylor takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Chester A. Arthur discovers the river. Andrew Johnson injures himself. William McKinley searches for firewood. Zachary Taylor, James K. Polk, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Harrison track down and kill George Washington. Damn. Well, I guess there goes half of my picks. Go, Lincoln. James Buchanan scares Grover Cleveland off. Rutherford B. Hayes sprains his ankle running away from Franklin Pierce. William Henry Harrison constructs a shack. John Adams camouflages himself in the bushes. James Garfield, John Tyler, and James Madison hunt for other tributes. James Monroe and Martin Van Buren fight Andrew Jackson, and Abraham Lincoln. Andrew Jackson and Abraham Lincoln survive. Millard Fillmore begs for John Quincy Adams to kill him. He refuses, keeping Millard Fillmore alive. The arena's borders begin to rapidly contract. Oh no! This is a short one. Oh no! Andrew Jackson survives. Thomas Jefferson is electrocuted by the border. Thinking they could escape, Zachary Taylor and Chester A. Arthur attempt to run through the border together. Abraham Lincoln is electrocuted by the border. Andrew Johnson, James Garfield, James K. Polk, William Henry Harrison survive. Thinking they could escape, James Madison and Benjamin Harrison attempt to run through the border together. John Quincy Adams trips in a tree root and is unable to recover fast enough. John Tyler is electrocuted by the border. Thinking they could escape, Rutherford B. Hayes and John Adams attempt to run through the border. Franklin Pierce survives. Grover Cleveland pushes Millard Fillmore into the border while he's not paying attention. And both William McKinley and James Buchanan trip on a tree root and are unable to recover fast enough. 17 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Oh boy. Ulysses S. Grant from District 9, George Washington from District 1, James Monroe from District 3, Martin Van Buren from District 4, Thomas Jefferson from District 2, Zachary Taylor from District 6, Chester A. Arthur from District 11, Abraham Lincoln from District 8, James Madison from District 2, Benjamin Harrison from District 12, John Quincy Adams from District 3, John Tyler from District 5, Rutherford B. Hayes from District 10, John Adams from District 1, Millard Fillmore from District 7, William McKinley from District 12, and James Buchanan from District 8. With that, Districts 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 8, and 12 are completely out, as we went from 24 survivors to 7 survivors. I'm sorry if you think this is going to go short. It probably will be, in all honesty. But I don't like to manipulate luck, and I don't like redoing episodes plenty of times over unless I have a good reason to, and I don't consider this a good reason. I think it's kind of funny that it ended up being short, so there's entertainment value in that. And alright. Franklin Pierce, James K. Polk, and William Henry Harrison start fighting, but James K. Polk runs away as Franklin Pierce kills William Henry Harrison. Grover Cleveland and Andrew Johnson run into each other and decide truce for the night. James Garfield unknowingly eats toxic berries. Jackson loses sight of where he is. The cornucopia is replenished with food supplies, evidence, and memoirs from tributes families already. The feast. Man, these presidents, they did not want the president's episode to go on long. Andrew Johnson and Grover Cleveland decide not to go. Andrew Jackson convinces James K. Polk to not kill him, only to kill him instead. So James K. Polk is dead, and Franklin Pierce falls into a pit and dies. Grover Cleveland receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Andrew Jackson steals from Andrew Johnson while he isn't looking. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. William Henry Harrison from District 5, James Garfield from District 10, James K. Polk from District 6, and Franklin Pierce from District 7. If we see everyone's status, Districts 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 12 are completely out of play, going from 7 survivors to 3. This is hilariously short. This is hilariously short. Good lord. Andrew Jackson goes to sleep. Grover Cleveland cries himself to sleep. Andrew Johnson cries himself to sleep. Andrew Jackson receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Grover Cleveland kills Andrew Johnson for his supplies. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Andrew Johnson from District 9. So Districts 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 are completely out as we went from 3 survivors to 2. Who's the winner? It's Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson is the winner from District 4. The game... Oh my goodness. We didn't even get to like 8-10 minutes with the game. The recap is going to be longer than... Oh boy. Well, let's go over the recap. In 24th, Ulysses S. Grant. In 23rd, George Washington. In 22nd, James Monroe. In 21st, Martin Van Buren. In 20th, with 1 kill, Thomas Jefferson. In 19th, Zachary Taylor. In 18th, Chester A. Arthur. In 17th, with 2 kills, Abraham Lincoln. In 16th, James Madison. In 15th, with 1 kill, Benjamin Harrison. In 14th, John Quincy Adams. In 13th, John Tyler. In 12th, Rutherford B. Hayes. In 11th, John Adams. In 10th, Millard Fillmore. In 9th, William McKinley. In 8th, James Buchanan. In 7th, William Henry Harrison. In 6th, James Garfield. In 5th, with 1 kill to his name, James K. Polk. In 4th, with a kill, Franklin Pierce. In 3rd, our highest-ranking pacifist, Andrew Johnson. In 2nd, with 2 kills to his name, Grover Cleveland. And the winner, with 4 kills to his name, Andrew Jackson. Here is our summary, way shorter than average. District placements. In 12th, 2. In 11th, 3. In 10th, 1. In 9th, 12. In 8th, 8. In 7th, 5. In 6th, 10. In 5th, 6. In 4th, 7. In 3rd, 9. In 2nd, 11. And in 1st, 4. There you have it, folks. That concludes the Hunger Games Simulator. Thank you once again to Liam Hargraves on YouTube for suggesting this one. And wow, this episode was so short, we didn't even get to the 10-minute mark. So with all that being said and done, I'm going to try and end it before then. Next episode is Miraculous. Bye-bye.